to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve Hensley, live from Hillbilly Days in downtown Pikeville. This has been going on in downtown Pikeville since 1977. Seems to get bigger every year. You know, we had a little bit of rain this morning, might have put a damper on things, but it's been dry now for at least a couple of hours. The crowds are getting bigger. The sun is peeking through the cloud, so it's going to be a nice evening, I believe, down here in Pikeville. We are located this year on 2nd Street. Somebody's blowing some bubbles. We are right next to our brand new Big Sandy Bureau to my right, and we have our booth set up across the street. We're still giving away free buttons, some free water if you get thirsty. So we have plenty of free buttons to give away, so you still have plenty of time to get on down and get you one of our 2019 Hillbilly Days buttons. Now, WYMT's Marianne Fletcher has been here all day and has more on the Day 2 festivities.
Day 2 of the 43rd annual Hillbilly Days kicked off this morning, and although the rain gave everything a nice wash down, people are still filling these streets. While many people brought umbrellas, some ran for shelter under the parking garage. They definitely picked a good spot. There's a little something for everyone inside. I talked with Joe Collins, who says rain and Hillbilly Days go together like soup beans and cornbread.
Because rain ain't gonna stop the fun. And there's always rain, like it never fails. Like Hillbilly Days has never had a day without rain.
Collins says regardless of the rain, he'll still come out to Hillbilly Days. And by the look of this crowd, many people feel the same. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Marianne. Now, while the walking at Hillbilly Days usually gives the legs a nice workout, this year one man is offering an arm workout. Travis the Beast Bajan, 23-time world arm wrestling champion from Martinsburg, West Virginia, is using the Billy Johnson stage for an arm wrestling competition. He says the competition includes cash prizes and is a precursor to the National Arm Wrestling Qualifier that will be held tomorrow. Bajan says this is his first Hillbilly Days, and the event is not what he expected.
This Hillbilly Days thing is, you know, beyond my wildest imaginations when I think that I got here Thursday at 2 o'clock and the place was just, you know, it was like there were tens of thousands of people everywhere, and, you know, what an amazing event here. So arm wrestling, super lucky to be a part of Pikeville, and Travis the Beast Bajan couldn't be any happier to, you know, to show his skills off right here at Hillbilly Days.
The National Arm Wrestling League qualifier will take place tomorrow at the Billy Johnson stage at 1 p.m. Well, Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel is joining me now, and yes, I did say Chief Meteorologist. Congratulations.
Thank
we just
you.
named her Chief Meteorologist today, and you've improved the weather quite a bit for us throughout the day.
I did it just for everyone here, Steve. I put in a little bit of some magic and finally made that rain go away. It was a little bit of a soggy start earlier today, but we are seeing those clouds breaking, not only here, but as we take a look at the UVA WISE camera over into Wise, Virginia. You saw those clouds a little bit earlier, a soggy start. We're still hanging on to some clouds over there like we are here, but we are seeing some pockets of sunshine, really, as we've seen that kind of throughout the day. Pinpoint Doppler, though, we'll take a look. We're seeing a few showers starting to move into Perry County, a little bit into southern Breathitt County as well. So just a line of showers and storms just to the south, so hopefully we don't see that coming over into Pikeville. I do think that stays mainly to our south. Temperatures, they've warmed up quite nicely today. A little bit cooler out west where that cold front's moving in, now bringing in that cooler air, 66 in Richmond. But we are seeing those 70s, Hazard and Harlan, showing a 69 in Pikeville. And then the one thing is, it is a little bit muggy up there. Those temperatures, or really those dew points, to the upper 50s, lower 60s, made it feel a little bit muggier. So hopefully we'll start to see that dry out as that front continues to push through. So as we head through tonight, good news is we do dry out. We remain dry, and we make that into your Saturday. So very pleasant Saturday. We'll see that sunshine return, few chances possible. But then, Steve, it's a bigger change as we head into Sunday. Storms are definitely possible. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a little bit.
Of course, the festival ends tomorrow, so So it looks like good weather for the parade tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, looks like great weather. You'll definitely need that sunscreen and those sunglasses.
Big event tomorrow night, of course, is indoors, the Travis Tritt concert. So if this is all the rain we've had this morning, I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah, especially for Hillbilly Days. I know it's been a little bit wetter in the past.
Yeah, that's right. Paige, thank you very much. We're going to have much more from Hillbilly Days. Paige will be back a little bit later. I'll be back at 5:30 and 6. We have much more to tell you about from here in downtown Pikeville. But first, let's tell you about some other news of the day. And for that, let's go back to our studios at WYMT in Hazard, Macy Marie. Macy.
All right, thanks. Have fun out there, you all. A death investigation is underway in Perry County. An ATV rider found a woman's body last night. Kentucky State Police say the body was found on an ATV trail off Lewis Cemetery Road in the Viper community. The victim was found with a gunshot wound, but police did not say if that was what caused her death. Right now, police are asking for help figuring out who the woman is.
Around 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighing approximately 130 pounds. The female was wearing a gray jacket, gray leggings with red boots, and appeared to be a multicolored shirt.
Now, the body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy, and anyone with information is asked to call Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard. Former NFL football player Sierra Wood faces murder charges in Las Vegas. Wood is accused of killing his girlfriend's 5-year-old daughter, Laura Davis, Tuesday night. The girl's mother faces an abuse charge. Police say Davis was found unresponsive and had bruising on her legs and torso. Autopsy also revealed a large tear on her liver. Judge Ann Zimmerman decided to keep Wood in jail, and there is a GoFundMe account for those funeral expenses. And in Illinois, a man faces sexual assault and attempted murder charges after an attack on 2 teenage siblings. Investigators say 32-year-old Fabian Torres sexually assaulted a 19-year-old woman and stabbed her younger brother, who tried to help her. Prosecutors say they have video from a doorbell camera of Torres walking into the teen's home with a black bag filled with items used in the sexual assault. Video also allegedly shows a bloody Torres leaving that home.
Of this case are horrific. This is one of the most violent cases we have charged in my years as the state's attorney of Kane County.
The pair managed to escape despite their injuries. Torres was paroled in October after serving about half of a 15-year sentence for throwing a Molotov cocktail into a crowded grocery store back in 2011. Attorneys for New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft will be back in court today trying to block surveillance video from inside a Florida massage parlor from going public. Kraft faces misdemeanor charges of soliciting prostitution. Several media outlets are requesting video from the case, which allegedly shows Kraft receiving paid sexual services. Kraft's attorneys argue the release of video evidence would destroy any prospect of a fair trial. A southeastern Kentucky police department used a unique approach to find texters and drivers and seatbelt violators today. The Barberville Police Department used a tractor trailer to be up high so they could see those violations. WYMT's Phil Pendleton rode along and shows us what they found.
Police in Barberville tell me that they wanted to use a unique approach in a different way to catch what can be a very common violation in this community, and they simply traveled up and down U.S. Highway 25. Now, 2 officers in a tractor trailer looked down into cars to see if people were wearing their seatbelts or if they were texting and driving. Police say both offenses are minor citations, but they can lead to serious crashes and sometimes deadly consequences.
You can take a minor rear-end accident if the occupants aren't restrained, unless there's an airbag that stops them. You can clearly see the evidence on the windshield where it's spider webs where their head hits it.
I was also with a road patrolman as he witnessed a couple of violations and was able to issue a few citations himself. In Knox County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Not wearing a seatbelt or texting while driving results in a $25 citation. An 11-year-old girl is facing deportation alone, potentially having to leave her family behind. Immigration rights groups Feel speaks out about Laura Maradiga's situation. There's a high chance she will be deported to El Salvador on her own. The executive director, Cesar Espinizo, says the family was showing up to immigration court, but the government shutdown canceled one of those appearances. This, paired with a language barrier, led to Laura being lost in the system until they received her deportation order.
find ourselves with an 11-year-old who could potentially get deported to El Salvador by herself through a mistake that we believe, through a grave mistake that we believe the immigration system created.
Fields has quickly found an attorney for Laura, hoping to reverse the decision. Now heading over to Wall Street on this Friday afternoon, the Dow closes up more than 269 points, and straight ahead on First at 4, police gave a boy a surprise birthday party he will never forget.
And the clouds are clearing and we're seeing sunshine here in Pikeville at Hillbilly Days. Will that continue into your weekend? I'll have that full forecast coming up for you in just a few short minutes.